Hello, students. Welcome to today's session. Students, in this session, we'll be taking few important points from status of microfinance in India 2023-24 report. Okay, status of microfinance in India 2023-24 report from NABARD. We'll be discussing few important points, students. We'll be going through the file, okay, rapidly. We'll be discussing few important points. That's it. Okay. This will be helpful for both descriptive and objective point of view students in phase 2 exam. So try to concentrate. Firstly, what we'll be discussing in this? Students, this will be discussing mainly regarding microfinance, which is provided by NABARD, and also uh, other important schemes which are related to microfinance, okay? Like National Rural Livelihood Mission, Livelihood Enterprise Development Program, which are being organized by NABARD, okay? So firstly, we'll be discussing Self-Help Group's Bank Linkage Program, which is the largest microfinance program in the world. Today touches 7.8 crore households through more than 144 lakh SHGs with deposits of over 65,089 crores and annual loan offtake of more than 2 lakhs 9,286 crores. Okay. And loan outstanding of over 2,59,664 crores. This is the basic this thing, students. Overview. These are important points. How many SHG bank linkage program, which is the largest microfinance program in the world, today touches 7.8 crore households and 144 lakh SHGs with more than 65,089 crores and annual loan offtake of more than 2,09,286 crores. Clear? These are the important those things. Okay. We'll be studying about Lakpati Didi scheme in this, few other schemes. Okay. Yes. Okay, students. First, we'll be studying about the review of SHG bank linkage program. Review of SHG bank linkage program. This SSC bank linkage program was initiated by NABARD, continues to stand as a beacon of empowerment and socio-economic transformation of rural India. Okay, and let's see the progress of SHG bank linkage program. The proliferation of bank-linked SHGs has demonstrated a significant expansion from formation of 255 SHGs in fiscal year 1992 to staggering 144.22 lakh SHGs in fiscal year 24. This is important point, students. This point, that is SHGs are how many SHGs? 144.22 lakh SHGs in fiscal year 24, which was just 255 in fiscal year 1992. Okay. And credit disbursement to SHGs surged from 29 lakhs in 1992 to 2 lakhs 9,286 crores as on 31st March 2024. Credit disbursement to SHGs, that is also important. Okay. This data and all, this will be helpful in this thing, students. Okay. The reduction could be due to, and however, the year-on-year growth of savings linked SHGs decreased from 12.7% during fiscal year 22-23 to 7.6%. In fiscal year 23-24, the reduction could be due to saturation in SHG formation in the southern states like Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, and Telangana. There is a saturation stage, students. Okay. Almost all the lower income households have been bought under SHG, so there is a saturation in the southern region. That is especially Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, and Telangana, which is reflected in the lowest credit gap among all other regions. If you see the region-wise share in number of savings-linked SHGs, Eastern region has the highest, that is 30.2%. Eastern region has the highest, that is 30.2%, followed by Southern region 29.7%, whereas Northern region has the lowest, that is 5.6%. Region-wise share in number of savings-linked SHGs. Clear? Next, students, this SHG bank linkage program covers 7.75 crore households through 144.21 lakh SHGs, among which 83.52 of which are all of women SHGs. This is important, students. 83.52% of which are all women SHGs. 83.52%, indicating a growth of 7.6% from the preceding years. Next, loan disputes to SHGs. The number of SHGs that availed loans during the year 23-24 increased to 54.28 lakhs from 42.96 lakhs in the previous year. There is an increase of around 28%. Clear? Next, loans outstanding against SHGs. Number of SHGs having loans outstanding increased from 69.57 lakh in the previous year to 77.42 lakhs, indicating a rise of 11.28%. Outstanding loans has increased by 11.28% from the previous year. Clear? Just go through this, students, once this file. I think this data is sufficient, which I have highlighted. Just go through this. Okay. Next, progress of savings linkages of SHGs with the banks. During fiscal year 23-24, banks reported an addition of 10.19 lakh savings links SHGs, marking a growth of 7.6% from the previous year. Okay, this growth is attributed to favorable environment facilitated by the institutional framework under NRLM, self-initiated efforts of SHGs, and support government policies, initiatives such as credit guarantee arrangements, priority sector lending targets, and interest subvention schemes for women SHGs under day NRLM have provided significant impetus to the program. This will be helpful for your descriptive writing students in phase 2 exam. Okay, this can be used in other statements. This statement can be used in other these things also. Okay, while describing the other schemes. This we have already discussed, students. Region-wise share saving linked SHGs. Eastern region is 30.26%, followed by Southern region. Okay. Next, if you see the state-wise, Maharashtra has 16.31 lakhs, followed by West Bengal, Bihar, Tamil Nadu, and Andhra Pradesh in terms of number of SHGs that are savings linked. Which has the highest? Maharashtra has the highest, followed by West Bengal, Bihar, Tamil Nadu, and Andhra Pradesh in terms of number of SHGs that are savings linked. However, percentage growth over the previous year was highest in Tripura. Percentage growth over the previous year was highest in Tripura, that is 83.27%, followed by Nagaland and Jammu and Kashmir. Bihar witnessed the highest number of SHGs added during that year, followed by West Bengal. Clear? Next, overall, the average per SHG savings at all India level increased by 14%. Overall, the average per SHG savings at all India level increased by 14% from 39,729 in 21-22 to 45,132 in 23-24. This is important point, students. Okay, this is important point. Overall, the average per SHG savings at all India level increased by 14% from 39,721 in 21-22 to 45,132 in 23-24. Clear? This you can just have an idea, students. Region-wise data reveals that average savings during the fiscal year 23-24 have increased over the previous year in all the regions except southern and western region, because there is a saturation in southern and western region. Okay. In absolute terms, southern region continued to have the highest average saving per SHGs, with the northern region registering the lowest. Northern region as the lowest and southern region as the highest. That is about it. Next, credit disbursement by banks. In 23-24, 2 lakh 9,285.87 crores was disbursed by banks to 54.82 lakh SIGs as against 1 1,45,200 crores to 42.96 lakhs during 22-23, registering a growth of 44 and 28% in quantum of credit disbursement and number of SIGs credit linked respectively. Okay, so there has been a 40% growth in terms of credit disbursement and 28% growth in terms of SHGs, number of SHGs credit linked from fiscal year 22-23 to 23-24. Clear? That's about it, students. Remember this point in 22, 23-24, 2,09,285.87 crores was disbursed and credit disbursement was increased by 45% from 22-23 and 28% in terms of number of SHGs credit linked. Clear? Next, credit disbursement to SHGs in 23-24 witnessed an increase across all regions over 22-23 with highest growth rate of 68% in the northeastern region, followed by northern and central regions. Clear? Credit disbursement to SHGs in 23-24 witnessed an increase across all regions over 22-23 with highest growth rate in northeastern region and followed by northern and central regions. Northeastern region, that is 68%. 68%. In terms of number of SHGs credit linked, eastern region registered a growth of 44%, followed by northeastern and central regions. Clear, students? This is also an important point. Okay. Rest these and all are not that important, students. These points you can write, students. These are some few important students. Okay. What are the problems faced by SHGs? If you ask what are the supply side and demand side problems, challenges faced by SHGs, or in terms of credit disbursement, you can say that some of the supply side challenges are perception of SHGs as high risk borrowers due to apprehension and account of credit usage, often compounded with higher operational and administration cost associated with smaller ticket loans. Additionally, absence of banking correspondent network is still a challenge in expansion of formal financial services in rural and remote areas. These are the two supply side these things. Two supply side challenges for credit disbursement to SHGs are SHGs loans to SHGs are considered higher risk due to apprehension on account of credit usage with higher operational and administrative cost, and absence of BC network is still a challenge in expansion of formal financial services in rural and remote areas. Whereas demand side issues are lack of adequate financial literacy and business acumen among SHG members for availing higher credit growth, skill gaps for income generating activities, etc. These are the important points which you can give for challenges and credit disbursement to SHGs. Clear? Next, students, if you see credit linked SHG state-wise, Andhra Pradesh has highest. Andhra Pradesh has highest. This is important. Andhra Pradesh has highest. Followed by Karnataka and Telangana are the top performing states in loan disbursement during 23-24 years. Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, and Telangana, southern states mostly, and West Bengal are the top performing states in loan disbursement during 23-24. Correspondingly, in terms of average loan disbursed per SHG, Andhra Pradesh tops the list. Even in this, Andhra Pradesh tops the list in terms of average loan disbursed per SHG, followed by Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Almost all southern states are dominating in terms of loans to SHG students. Okay. That is enough sufficient for this credit outstanding. This point is important. West Bengal has the highest number of SHGs credit linked, followed by Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, and Karnataka. In terms of loans outstanding, Andhra Pradesh tops the list, followed by Telangana and Karnataka. So mostly Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, and West Bengal are dominating in all the SHGs credit linked this thing, students. Clear? This point is also important, students. The southern region has the lowest credit gap of 24% against the all India status of 46%. The southern region had the lowest credit gap of 24% against the all India status of 46%. And if the credit link of the southern region were to be excluded, credit gap all India will level will raise to 56%. Okay. Next, if you see agency-wise distribution of SHG bank linkage, students, you can see this table. Just remember the share students. Okay. Share students. See this table. This table is very important. Which banks are giving the highest these things? Mostly commercial banks. Agency-wise distribution of savings link SHTs. Okay. I will describe this in table in these things. In terms of loan disbursement, commercial banks lead with 61%, followed by regional rural banks and cooperative banks. Okay, this is an important point. In terms of loan disbursement, commercial banks lead with 61%, followed by RRBs and cooperative banks. Clear? Among the commercial banks, SBI has the highest number of savings linked SHGs at 13.39 lakhs, followed by Union Bank of India. Private sector commercial banks together have 14.09 lakh savings linked SHGs, mainly contributed by ICICI Bank and HDFC Bank. So, in public sector banks, SBI, in private sector banks, ICICI Bank and HDFC Bank. Commercial banks, loan disbursement is highest by commercial banks with 61%, followed by RRBs 35%, and cooperative banks 4%. Clear? Okay, if you see from the region wise students, among all the regions, commercial banks are dominating. If you see this, commercial banks are dominating in northern region, eastern region, central and western, southern and all India, but only in the northeastern region. Only in the northeastern regions, RRBs are dominating over commercial banks. Clear? Commercial banks, it is 42%, RRBs, it is 48%. Okay? It can be observed that commercial banks have the highest share in savings link of SHGs across all India except in the northeastern region. Clear? Next, agency-wise credit disbursement to SHGs during 23-24. As regards to disbursement of loans and loan standing, commercial banks again dominate with significant share of 68% in the loan disbursed during the year. Among the PSBs, SBI has the highest number of credit-linked SHGs during the year, followed by Union Bank. Of the private sector banks, maximum credit linkages of SHGs was reported by HDFC Bank. Among RRBs, Andhra Pradesh Gramin Vikas Bank. This is important. Among RRBs, Andhra Pradesh Gramin Vikas Bank had a maximum of 1.32 lakh credit linked SHGs during the year, followed by Saptagiri Gramin Bank. Andhra Pradesh Gramin Vikas Bank and Saptagiri Gramin Bank. Clear? There is so much of data, students. You don't need to remember all this. Just remember the important points. That's it. Okay. This we have already discussed, students. Of the total banks loans outstanding against SHGs, commercial banks held the highest share at 68%, followed by RRBs at 25%, cooperatives at 7%. As can be seen in the figure, southern region commercial bank share of loan outstanding was 83% of SHG saving links and thus had a credit gap of only 17%. That is important. Next, if you see agency-wise analysis of credit gap indicates cooperative banks had the highest credit gap. This is important. Cooperative banks had highest credit gap at 65%, followed by commercial banks and RRBs at 46 and 41%. Credit gap high is highest in cooperative banks, followed by commercial banks and RRBs. Maximum credit back gap in public sector banks was observed in Bank of India, followed by UK Bank. SBI performed excellently on this front and had the minimum credit gap of just 9%. Clear? Okay, if you see non-performing assets in SHG bank linkage program students, region-wise comparison of NPAs indicate that Eastern region and Southern region had NPA levels below the national average. Okay, Eastern region and Southern region had NPA levels below the national average of 2.05%. In the Northeastern region, at 2.10% saw significant improvement in NPA as a percentage of loans outstanding over the previous year. However, the northern and central regions continued to exhibit high NPA levels as a percentage of loans outstanding. Clear? So, in terms of NPAs, Eastern region or Southern region are below the national average of 2.05%, and Northeastern region has fared significantly improved in the previous year, whereas Northern region and Central region continue to exhibit high NPA levels as a percentage of loans outstanding. Clear? As a percentage of loans outstanding. Important students. Next, NPA levels have reduced across commercial banks, RRBs, and cooperative banks during fiscal year 24, with the reduction being most significant in cooperative banks from the NPA level of 6.15% as on March 31st to 4.7%. So NPAs in cooperative banks has been reduced to 4.7%. 4.7%. Clear? 4.7%. That's it, students. Road ahead. Overall, the SHG bank linkage has facilitated substantial saving, mobilization, substantial. This can be used for descriptive rating students. Substantial savings mobilization, credit disbursement among women SHGs. That is, we have seen students 84.26% something. It has made significant progress across all regions. Notable regional variations still persist. There is hence a pressing need to further enhance the outreach of SHG bank linkage program to understand and to the underserved and marginalized communities, particularly in remote and ultra poor areas. That is enough, students. Okay. Next, MFI operation, microfinance operations in India. Microfinance operations, NBFC, MFIs, all these microfinance institution operations in India. Students, the first MFI institution was launched in 1996. And thereafter, several MFIs were established under various legal structures, the major ones being NBFC MFIs regulated by RBI. NBFC MFIs regulated by RBI. Okay. All this is not important from RBI point, NABARD point of view, students. This is mostly for RBI. Students, there was a new regulatory framework with respect to NBFC MFIs in 2011. Under this new regulatory framework, major changes were introduced. Aside from its applicable to all regulated entities in microfinance, are limited to the eligible borrowers to those household incomes up to 3 lakhs and loan amount cap with 50% monthly. This is all not important, students. Okay. You can see this point is important, students. During 23-24, it is seen that since all lenders are now bought under uniform guidelines, the market share of banks has reduced while that of NBFC MFIs has grown to claim the top spot with best growth performance. Top spot with best growth performance. NBFC MFIs has reduced the market share of banks and have grown largely. Okay. Due to strict guidelines on household income limits and inclusion of all household members for the purpose of repayment obligation, calculation at 50% of monthly income, lenders have moved to new geographies in search of new credit clients on account of increased rejection rates in traditional areas, thus giving an impetus to the financial inclusion agenda. This is an important point, students, which can be used while writing descriptive. Okay. The year 23-24, this point is also important. The year 23-24 witnessed the re-entry of microfinance in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana states after a decade. Okay, lifting after a decade, as the High Court on 14th February lifted the restrictions on operations of MFIs registered under RBI by nullifying the Andhra Pradesh Microfinance Institutions Act 2011 on the ground that entities being regulated by RBI governed by state enactments cannot be governed by state enactments. Okay. All these are not important, students. We'll be doing important points, that's it. Geographical outreaches. Client outreach of MFIs had grown substantially with last 10 years, touching 660 lakhs from 532 lakhs within fiscal year 23 to fiscal year 24 and posting year-on-year growth of 24%. Year-on-year growth of 24%. That is important. No, these are not important, students. You can see from the table, students, top 5 states having loans outstanding in 31st March. First state is Bihar. You don't have to remember the numbers and all. Just remember the states. Top 5 states having loans outstanding. Bihar, Tamil Nadu, UP, Karnataka and West Bengal. Bihar, Tamil Nadu, UP, Karnataka and West Bengal. Clear? Okay. This point is important, students. Among the lenders, NBFC MFIs had the maximum share of 42%. NBFC MFIs had the maximum share of 42%, followed by banks. And the total disbursement by all lenders fiscal year 24 was 3,74,345 crores, whereas year-on-year growth in fiscal year 23 was 18%. Here, disbursement by all lenders, you can see in the table. NBFC MFIs had highest, followed by banks, next NBFCs, and SFBs and NPOs. Clear? This is important, students. Average ticket size per loan stood at 46,636 as on March 31st, 2024. 46,636. 46,636 average ticket size of loan. All these are not important, students. You don't have to just go through this once. I don't think there will be much. Next, use of technology in MFIs. Digital technologies have played a key role in rapid growth of microfinance sector and increased penetration of mobile technology have brought multiple benefits such as tracking transactions on real-time basis. Advanced technologies are being used for verifying and capturing KYC details, geotagging locations as enhanced security measures, end-to-end loan origination, loan management system platforms through open application program and general packet radio GPRS enabled applications, real-time data transfer to servers. All these are important points. You can give all these points, students. This will be for descriptive writing, not for this thing. Okay. Okay. Now let's see the important initiatives for the microfinance sector, students. Few initiatives taken by NABARD are grant support to partner agency for promotion and nurturing of SHGs. Since 1992, NABARD's grants support to NGOs, SHG federations, commercial banks, cooperative banks, RRBs, NGO, MFIs, PSCs for promotion, nurturing, and credit linkage of SHGs has been the initial catalyst of SHG bank linkage program movement across the country. Okay. Next, scheme for promotion of women SHGs in backward and LWE districts in India. NABARD, in association with the Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance, is implementing the scheme for promotion and financing of women's SHGs in 150 identified left-wing extremism and backward districts of the country from 2011-12 onwards. As on 31st March 2024, 2.11 lakh women SHGs were promoted, of which 1.29 lakh women SHGs were credit linked with the banks. This data is important. Okay, just a moment, students. This is important. As on 31st March 2024, 2.11 lakh women SHGs were promoted or savings linked, of which 1.29 lakh women SHGs were credit linked with banks. Clear? Next, promotion of joint liability groups. Financing of JLGs was introduced as a pilot project in 2004-5 by NABARD. 2004-5 by NABARD. Apart from extending refinance support to banks, NABARD also extends grant support to banks and other eligible agencies for formation of joint liability groups and nurturing JLGs and capacity building of stakeholders since 2009-10. This point is important. Grant assistance of 2000 per JLG is extended to JLGPIs and public sector commercial banks and 4000 per JLG in the case of regional rural banks or SFBs and private sector banks. This is the assistance. 2000 per JLG to PSP, public sector commercial banks and JLGPIs, and 4000 per JLG in the case of RRBs, SFBs, RCBs and private sector banks. Clear? All these are not important, students. Next, SHG based livelihood interventions of NABARD. One is Micro Enterprise Development Program. Under this Micro Enterprise Development Program, skills to MEPDs have been leveraged to impart and upgrade skills to SHGs to serve as a foundation for setting up micro enterprises in form and off-form activities. Under this, the training period continues to be of 15 days with maximum grant support enhanced to 1.5 lakh to 30 for 30 participants. Okay. Next, Livelihood and Enterprise Development Program, LADP. It is also by NABARD in 2015-16 with a view to create sustainable livelihood among SHG members and to realize maximum impact of skill upgradation inputs. Okay, all these are important points. You can go through this later, students. Next, there is a scheme for grant to support SHGs, JLGs, POs, and micro entrepreneurs for training on onboarding to e-commerce platforms, ONDC, and social media platforms. Next, scheme for grant support to SHGs, JLGs, POs for physical marketing of products. This point is important, students. Suvidha platform. Suvidha. Micro enterprises through skill upgradation for women. Micro enterprises through skill upgradation for women. Suvidha. Clear? Drawing the learnings from two pilot projects implemented during 21-22, NABARD in 23-24 announced guidelines for pilot project to be taken up by regional officers titled Suvidha, Micro Enterprises through Skill Upgradation for Women to support need-based and location-specific development projects by strategizing end-to-end interventions. Projects under Suvidha shall be implemented in DPR mode with the objective of providing sustainable livelihood solutions in form and off-form sector by identifying skill gaps, occupational fitments, choosing suitable professional activities, providing skills through Identified knowledge partners, resource agencies, allowing with marketing tie-ups and credit support from bank and financial institutions. Next, money purse application. NABARD has partnered with Aniyam Solutions to pilot the money purse application in collaboration with Odisha Gramin Bank and South Canara Bank. Through the app, SHG members are expected to undertake various financial activities, include account opening, savings and loan collections, credit linkage, internal loan disbursement, real-time bookkeeping, etc. Next, GRIP, Graduated Rural Income Generation Project. This is one more, students. GRIP, Graduated Rural Income Generation Project. 50% maximum of 50% grant for livelihood options to be returned per beneficiary was sanctioned during 23-24. It is to enable asset generation by ultra poor rural women and graduate them to access formal financial services through innovative concept of returnable grant. It will be implemented in 5 districts across 5 states: Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha, Jharkhand, and Meghalaya. Next, last one, NAV Enterprise Portal, digitizing MEDP. NAV Enterprise Portal is a portal launched in 23-24 to digitize the submission and sanctioning the process of MEDP proposals. Clear? Next, recent collaboration, students, with government and other organizations. There are recently Ministry of Rural Development NRLM assigned with a NABARD MOU for to benefit rural women SHGs. Clear? That's it. All this is not important. Next, to provide opportunities to SHGs, JLGs, and POs for online sale of products on an ONDC, NABARD collaborated with My Store Seller app on ONDC to design and create a dedicated page for NABARD supported SHG, JLG, and PO sellers to increase visibility of their products. My Store Seller app on ONDC NABARD collaborated with My Store Seller app on ONDC to design and create a dedicated page for NABARD supported SHG, JLG, PO sellers to increase visibility of their products. Clear? All these are not important, students. Next, this Center for Research on Financial Inclusion and Microfinance, which was earlier known as Center for Microfinance Research, was set up in Bird, Lucknow in 2008. Bird, Lucknow in 2008, with a vision of strengthening microfinance sector through researchable inputs, the and facilitate policy initiatives and improvement in design and delivery systems. Remember where it is and when it was launched, students. It was launched in 2008 in Lucknow. Clear? Next, students. Lastly, initiatives by Government of India. One is NRLM, National Rural Livelihood Mission. This we have discussed in schemes also. This was launched in the year 3rd June 2011 and was renamed as Deen Dayal NRLM in 2015, November 2015. This details of the coverage of NRLM as on 31st March 2024 is given, students. Next, interest subvention scheme to reduce effective cost of bank credit to women SHGs. DNRM provides substantial this interest subvention scheme under DNRLM, students, to reduce effective cost of bank credit to women SHGs. DNRLM provides interest subvention to all women SHGs across the country. For loans up to 3 lakhs, banks will lend women SHGs at 7% under the scheme. For outstanding credit balance up to 3 lakhs, bank will be subvented at uniform interest rate of 4.5% per annum. And for loans about 3 lakhs and up to 5 lakhs under the scheme, banks will extend credit at an interest rate equivalent to their 1-year MCLR or any other external benchmark rate or 10% per annum, whichever is lower. Clear? Next, security margin. This we have already discussed in the scheme, students. Just go through this again. Next, SHG members as BC agents, banking correspondent agents. Women SHG members have been deployed as business correspondent Sakis, BC Sakis, for providing financial services in remote rural areas where access to banking services is a challenge. Next, NABARD inter-subvention portal for SHG loans has been launched. Next, Lakpati Didi scheme. Government of India launched Lakpati Didi scheme on 15th August 2023 with the objective of graduating 2 crore mature SHG women as individual micro entrepreneurs through credit linkages Lakpati Didis. This target has since been revised by NRLM to cover 3 crore SHG women. 3 crore SHG women. Next, what are the criteria for identifying potential Lakpati Didis? One is SSG member who has completed a minimum of 2 years and has availed of the Community Investment Fund, a beneficiary of livelihood intervention through mission, and practicing at least 2 livelihood activities. These are the eligibility criteria for Lakpati Didi scheme. Next, a Women Enterprise Acceleration Fund, WEAP, is also set up by NRLM, which includes reimbursement of credit guarantee fees to banks and micro enterprise loans up to 5 lakhs for a maximum period of 5 years. Up to 5 lakhs for a maximum period of 5 years. Reimbursement of credit guarantee fees to banks on micro enterprises loans up to 5 lakhs for a maximum period of 5 years given to women enterprises from SHG networks, and 2% interest subvention on enterprise loan outstanding up to 1.5 lakhs per borrowers given to such women borrowers based on prompt repayment to incentivize good repayment behavior. Okay. Uh, that's it, students. These are the important schemes, initiatives taken. Next, all these are not important. All these are not important, students. We'll discuss. Success story, students. This you can use it if there is a descriptive question. You can use it any one of the success story to describe the success of this. Okay, microfinance institutions. We'll see few examples. One is embroidering work dreams empowering rural women in Vijaypura, Karnataka. That is for Lambani community. Lambani community, women in Lambani community. Under this, NABARD sanctioned a 90-day LEDP Livelihood Enterprise Development Program on Lambani Kasuti hand embroidery for 30 SHG members of Mariammanahalli, Tanda, Vijaypura. Formation of Lambani Beauty Threads Women Producers Group. Next, Threadroot Story recognition and support from Threadroot Story boutique in Pune and outlets in Bengaluru, leading to significant orders. Provision of handicraft ID cards for free access and exhibition stalls. All these are provided support. Next is Loams of Legacy, weaving together the revival of GI tagged Udupi sarees, Udupi from Karnataka, Udupi sarees. Under this collaboration between Kadike Trust and Talapadi Weaver Society and NABARD to revive Udupi saree weaving. Next, illuminating life through LED bulbs, Nainital, Uttarakhand, limited livelihood options for women. Under this, 90 SHG women were trained in assembling LED bulbs under NABARD's Livelihood and Enterprise Development Program. Post-training, SHG member received a loan of 4 lakhs under Deen Dayal Gramin Upajay Gramin Kaushal Yojana and a bulk order for Sarla Electronics Limited, Bhimtal. Next, weaving and integrating the future through natural dyeing, Tamlapur, Assam. Natural dyeing, Tamlapur, Assam. Next, empowerment through mushroom cultivation in Rohtak, Haryana. These are the example success story, students. Next, Sanjeevani bringing new hope, Malda, West Bengal. Nab Kaushal Vikas Kendra in Gautam Budh Nagar, UP. Setting up of community facility, a skill development center, NAB Kaushal Vikas Kendra with CSR funds of NABCons, while NABARD assisted the SHG members for enhancing their skills with the help of master trainers. Next, house are giving new rice, dry fishing activity, a livelihood intervention under MEDP at Palamkuru Island village, Andhra Pradesh. Okay, students, that's it. These are the important points from this report. I hope you found this session helpful. Let's meet in the next session, students. Thank you. Good luck to everyone for your exams.